Hi, welcome to Walker Tea Review. Jason Walker here. As usual, we have another white tea. This is also from Canton Teas. This is a white peony by Mudan. There's a Chinese for that. Okay. I'm going to get this started and then we'll be able to talk about it. Set this aside. Often give my leaves a rinse, which you will notice. It's a pretty useful habit. Helps to awaken the leaves, helps get off any dusts that may have collected. Because a lot of teas, of course, after they're picked, they're laid out. Not so, of course, a white tea doesn't lay out very long, but a lot of teas you lay them out to dry, even to the others you let them oxidize. So we're going to set this aside for just a moment. Talk a little bit more about Canton Teas. Again, by Mudan, white peony. This is 40 grams. If you look on their website, their information, 40 grams, £6 99 pence, which equivalent to roughly 1.40 ounces for a price of about $10, $10.50. Steeping instructions online that are provided suggest something around 75 degrees Celsius for your water temperature, which is 167 roughly degrees Fahrenheit, and steeping for less than 2 minutes. Okay, so we want to make sure we don't steep very long. Okay, now one of the things that we're going to notice, I like mine strong, so I'm going to leave it there for just one more moment. One of the things I want to note about this particular tea, and I'm just looking through the bag here, of course, now a white peony does have stem elements. It also has a leaf element and needles, the tips. So you want to look closely at the ratio of tips to leaf to stem. Okay. For example, this piece, and I can show this in the photos that you look more carefully, this piece is a stem with a tip and a small leaf connected as well. Okay. But on the other side, you do have, I'll hold this up for my standard size paper clip, you have some stem pieces like this that are, roughly double the size of this standard 1 inch and 1/4 long paper clip. So that's going to affect the flavor profile. The amount of, if you prefer a stemmy tasting, then you want to have higher stem content. If you want a sweeter, more gentle by Mudan, then you're looking for a higher needle content, okay, or tip content. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of information about that. Here's our cup. Let me go ahead and give it a background. Again, by Mudan's, they are a white tea, whiter tea, transitioning over towards green. They're going to have some of the lighter elements to them as far as taste. They're going to be generally lower in astringency compared to a green. They're going to be lower in bitterness compared to greens, oolongs, other. So here's our color. Let's go ahead and look at our color for just a moment. What you see is a color that is fairly golden color. Clarity is good. Brightness, pretty consistent with what we would expect. So it's not a flat, dull-looking tea. So that's a sign pointing in the right direction. Get this little piece of stem or old leaf off there. There. Now we're going to give this a taste. Again, we're talking about this tasting and notes from previous tastings, because variations, one tea, you're going to most likely want to re-steep it or steep it more than once. So you're going to get different profiles, slightly different tastes come out. You want to be able to pull out all the notes of flavor in there, and aroma, and texture. Yeah. Now, there is that like a cucumber starchy feel to it. Okay. It does have a little bit of a, it also stretches out towards kind of a, like a squash taste to it. So it's your gourdy type taste, you may want to say. A little bit faint in the sweetness area. The body of it, I would have to say, is slightly lighter than some of the other BaiMuTans that I've tasted. So it kind of dissipates more towards the watery side than some of the others that I've had. Okay, and that was slightly. I'll put that in there. So to kind of give it to talk about it, to wrap it up, we would be looking for a little bit of a stronger or fuller body. We would like to have seen a little bit fuller bouquet. There can be some stronger notes of florals, of like I said, the sweet cucumber could have been a little stronger, stretching over towards a little bit of a bread that some of them have. And again, we wanted to mention that about the ratio of stems to leaf to tip or bud in your dry leaf. So everything together, 87 for Canton teas BaiMuTan. I'm Jason Walker. This is Walker Tea Review.